Sometimes, if that workout fire just isn't stoked, best thing to do is just start and get the fire going. Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 Plus Fitness Journey. Today is Tuesday, August 17th, 2021, and it is a leg day for me, a leg session. And this particular leg session is going to be deadlift intensive. So I'm going to start with deadlifts, do some heavier deadlifts, and then finish up with a lighter, less intensive squat session. Now, I will say this right off the bat, I am not feeling this today. The thought of doing deadlifts in general, much less heavy ones, is a little daunting at the moment, but I haven't done deadlifts in a while. I'm due for this workout. It is scheduled. So I'm going to follow my own advice, which is, if anyone ever asks me how to stay motivated, I always say motivation is not the key, it's discipline. Discipline is the key. So the first step to that is just go. Just go. So I've gone. I'm here. The next step is just do something. So I'm going to go in and do something, and hopefully that something will light a fire and I'll get me a good deadlift / squat session in. So let's go in here, do that, see how it turns out. So I will catch up in a few, and we will wrap up this deadlift squat session and see how it went. Let's go do it. Alrighty, here we go. Today's leg day. I started today's leg workout with deadlifts. I'm going to start out with a heavier, more intensive deadlift session and follow that up with a lighter weight, less intense squat session. I'm doing some singles here after several warm-up sets. There was a single at 335. Here's one at 365. Feeling pretty good. Here's a single at 375. These pulls felt great. I really didn't feel all that in on this workout today when I started, but once I got started, all the nerves started firing and the juices started flowing. Everything went well. There's a 385, which as far as I can remember equals my over 60 PR, which is excellent. And I finished up today with 3 sets of 5 reps. Here is 335. I did 2 sets at this weight. And these moved, like I said, these moved remarkably well. I surprised myself a bit. This all plays into my theory that if you have a workout scheduled and it really needs to be done, you're really not tired, you just don't feel motivated to do it. That's when the discipline kicks in and you go in and just start. And that's what I did today. I just started, and after I got warmed up, I was feeling normal, and after I got warmed up, I was feeling a little better than normal. This is my second set at 335. This is a heck of a lot of work for me. This is a heavy weight for me. So the third set, I went down to 315 for 5 reps, and it felt really good. This was a nice 5 reps. That whole deadlift session wasn't a whole lot of volume, but there was a whole lot of effort and intensity and a lot of work. I was smoked at this point, but feeling good. So I followed up the deadlifts with my lighter, less intensive squat session, and today I'm doing 3 sets of 10 reps at 225. And on the leg sessions where I do squats last at a lighter weight, I focus more on my form and getting the depth right. And today I felt really good about that. I was feeling my hips really felt good. I was feeling the depth. I was meeting the depth I wanted to get to. My mobility was excellent today. This 3 sets of squats was the real bread and butter today. This was where the work was. I really had to huff and puff through these. They weren't heavy. They did not feel heavy at all, but the effort was higher than I anticipated because it was more of a, as I call these things, heavy breathers. I combined the last 2 sets into one little snippet here. Here's the first 5 of my second set. And again, as I said, I was focusing on getting my hips low and starting right there, lifting my hips up on the drive upward. And I was focusing my eyesight about 5 feet in front of me rather than my head tilted back looking straight ahead. Or at least I tried to do that. I feel way better when I'm looking downwards rather than upwards. For me, I get a little less dizzy and lightheaded this way if I'm looking down. But this 3 sets of 10 reps at 225, I'm really proud of this today. This was a lot of work, and I felt good about it. Now this doesn't seem like a lot, but that was a lot of work for me anyway. So I finished up today with one other thing, and this is a new thing I just came up with. I went over to the hack squat machine, and I wanted to do some single leg work just to get the quads a little bit more isolation. So this is kind of like a hack squat. I'm not a hack squat, like a lunge on a hack squat machine. Now the leg doing the work here is my left leg, the one on the platform. The right leg is just more for stability at this point. I did 3 sets of 15 here with no weight on that machine, and this was hard. The 15 reps here was very difficult, and I got an excellent quad burn on this. When I was done with these 3 sets, I was done. And I was feeling like I had done an excellent leg day. Pretty stoked about this workout, and I'm pretty stoked about this little movement here. I'm going to use this a lot more, in particular as a finishing movement on my leg days. Now my next leg session, I'm going to start out with heavier, more intensive squats and follow it up with a lighter, less intensive deadlift day. So I'm happy with this. Yes, I am. Alrighty, there it was. My deadlift / squat day. It was a really good deadlift day for me. I lifted heavy for me. That was nice. And I really felt good. Well, I felt good about that one single at 385, and I felt great about those last 3 sets of 5 at the end there, the 2 at 335 and the 1 set at 315. That was a lot of work for me. And when I went over to do my squats at 225, I initially wanted to do 1 set of 10. I said, okay, we'll do that and then go do some other stuff. Ended up doing 3 sets of 10 and surprised myself a little bit. That was a lot of work. Lighter weight, higher reps after deadlifts. I'm really stoked about that. And then my little hack squat hack there, using that machine to do single legs, which is almost kind of like a lunge. I've never done that before, and that was epic. That felt great. I didn't even have weight on it, and it felt great. Single leg, hack squat, lunges. So there you go. It was great. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to visit. I really appreciate that. And if you would, at this point in time, hit that like button for me. That would help me out a lot. And as always, if you haven't considered it, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We would love to have you amongst our group. As I've said many times, there's a wealth of knowledge, a lot of years of accumulated knowledge out there that we can share and pass around, and it really helps. It's helped me. So thank you again. And that's it for today. I'm really happy with that. Now I'm off to the grocery store, supermarket, whatever you call it. I'm going to go buy food. And with that, I will say, until next time, go get 'em. Mark out.